Well, howdy everybody, it's me again, your friendly neighborhood Chef Shade Tree. Well, as you guys know, I'm working on this Chevy Caprice Classic 1981 vintage model. And, no, I've been putting a power steering pump on this thing. And, well, I gotta show you something here real quick. When I took the fan off of here, I noticed that the nuts, these nuts right here that hold the fan on, there wasn't much thread onto the bolt, or the stud right there. So I was just kind of curious. I'll show you here. I'll put the fan back on. So if you see right there, the thickness of the fan thing right there, there's not much room for a nut, per se. There's a whole, about 3 threads there the nut is going to thread onto. So I thought I'd investigate it a little bit closer. And I know I've always said you can't make this stuff up, but somebody has. It's the same thing deal with the water pump here, with the broken bracket and everything. Somebody's, worked on this thing before. And well, I thought look a little closer, see what's going on here. So I take the pulley off here. Well, if I can get it off, there we go. Take it off. Looky there. What the heck? We got studs coming out the back side of this thing, almost touching the water pump. So if that thing if these would have went all the way in, I mean, there's barely any room between this and the water pump. It would have tied the fan up and tied everything up. So, with me, I'm not gonna let this thing go like this. I just can't do it. So somehow I'm gonna have to get these studs out of here. And they're pretty tight. So I'm gonna have to thread a nut on here and try to pull these studs out and flip them around, because I do believe if you take these out and flip them around, it'll work. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to flip these studs around and get these right instead of the wrong way. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal this, that if anybody doesn't know that's watching me, that you could take 2 nuts, double nut this stud, so you can get this thing out of here. So that's what I'm doing. Double nut it, then you can get it out of here. Well, I'm gonna have to hold on with both hands, but you get the point. You double nut it so you can back this thing out. So yeah, you don't do it on this nut here, but go on the back nut and you can loosen the stud up. So I'll get them out real quick. So there we go, there's one stud out, and you can probably tell that this stud from here to there is a little bit longer than from here to there, which will give me more stud out this way to put the fan on. Hello? Anybody awake out there? Do it right. Okay guys, I'm in a little bit of a conundrum here, or however you pronounce it. But anyways, yeah, look, I was going to look at these a little bit closer, the studs here. So if you know, anybody knows out there, that usually sometimes has got a different thread pitch on these things, from nut to water pump. Well, the long end should be out. The short end goes into the water pump. So now what I got here is I've got 5/16 18 pointing out with the short side, and this is going into the water pump. There's a 5/16 24. So now what do? I'm going to have to find a stud, because these nuts here are 5/16 18 that goes on the short side, and there's a 5/16 24 going into the water pump this side. So in order to do this correctly, I need to find a short side with a 5/16 24 thread short side. So I needed the opposite. So that's the reason why these studs are in there the way they are. So yeah, I'm kind of at an impasse right now on what to do. I'm just going to put it back together the way he had it, or whoever put it together like this. That's the way it was. So yeah, I'm just going to tighten the nuts down tight enough to where hopefully the fan doesn't fall off. And the nuts don't fall off. What I'm going to have to do, I guess. So that's where I'm at, guys. I could just put this in so far, and then hopefully the nut holds it in this far, but I don't want to do that either, so I don't know exactly what to do right now. Yeah, so that's where I'm at on this, guys. I'm going to put it together the way it was and tell the guys, say, hey, this thing's need to have some right studs put in it for the water pump and the fan. So that's where I'm at, guys, with this. Yeah, what do I do? So there's the water pump. I just took 2 out and thought, I better check the threads and everything. It's not going to work because I don't have the right studs. But I'll tell the guy about it and we'll go from there. Catch you guys later. Nah, I'm just going to go ahead and put it together and show you guys.